Okay, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to today's Combined Policy meeting. Apologies for, I'm going to introduce Yvonne from Legislation from Knowsley, who's replacing for today, Jeanette in McLaughlin. So any apologies, Yvonne? Or no?
Just had apologies from Councillor Moore.
Okay. Okay then, if we move on to item 2, declarations of interest. No, no. Minutes of the last meeting then held on the 15th of July, pages 1 to 8 on your agenda. Can we agree those minutes, please?
Agreed.
Okay, item 4 is the area-based review. Basically, this is an update, which is the area-based review, which will come to us towards the end of October. But Sue, you want to do an update for us, give us some views on where we're actually at? Thanks, Sue.
Thank you, Chair. The area review is now at its midpoint of the process, and the first stage has proved to be very mechanistic, and it's working to a structured agenda of themed steering group meetings which will end in October. And this national process is being heavily weighted towards delivering options that address the financial sustainability of colleges, and they've not so far allowed sufficient airtime for a meaningful dialogue on how the curriculum is meeting the needs of employers and the needs of learners in the city region. So in order to address this, the chair of the steering group, Councillor Mayor, has taken steps to consider the potential impact of the college proposals, and we've got a number of working groups that are in progress at the minute. And just to give you a flavour of what we're trying to do, we're looking at options for apprenticeships, and in particular, how do we maximise the opportunities afforded by the apprentice reforms and the introduction of the levy, and how do we make sure we make the most of that within the city region from next year. We are also considering areas of specialisation, and in particular how vocational and technical routes to employment from the ages of 14 can make sure that they're delivered across the piece and they're reflecting the needs of our employers. We also know that the city region's requirements for special educational needs provision is set to increase over the coming years. So we've asked the colleges how they're going to respond to that increase in numbers and how they're going to deliver a more coherent and joined up provision that ties in with specialist schools as well. And we're also looking to introduce more strategic engagement with the FE sector in curriculum planning, so that we can make sure that the colleges are supporting the economic priorities and any emerging economic development needs and priorities for learners. So all of these areas of work will form the basis of some combined authority recommendations that will get written into the review as we progress. We've also carried out some validation meetings with our local authority officers, and the details of that are included in the appendix to the report. And we're also working with the LEP, and we'll be holding another employer consultation event later on in September to try and triangulate all the views on this. Councillor Mayor's also got an additional steering group introduced in October, where we'll bring all of this together before the final recommendations are made at the last steering group meeting. And in the interim, we'll have a combined authority meeting where we can have a discussion on that. The other thing, just to finish off with, is the review is the beginning of the process, and there will be a much stronger role for the combined authority as we move into the implementation phase, which will take some time, but it will lead up to the commissioning decisions that we'll have as a combined authority on the future adult schools budget. So it's a short period of time we've been given to try and do this, but we're doing everything we can to put the hooks in place so that we're in the right place when we get to that implementation stage. The recommendations, Chair, are on section 2 of the report.
Well, just in terms of the recommendations, Sue, will we get a sight of a draft of this before it comes back and is presented, so we can have a look at it? Because there's a concern that we need to have an influence on this. I know Ian is basically our lead on this. Is robustly putting forward our concerns on behalf of not only the combined authority but the LEP. So is there an opportunity for us to get a sight of a draft before it's brought back to us in October, the end of October.
Yeah, we'll be able to do that at the next steering group meeting that's taking place in September. The emerging structural options will be presented back by the colleges, so we'll know structurally where the colleges are heading. We will also have done some of this work on the curriculum, and we'll be looking to get input from across the piece from the combined authority and the LEP to inform that work. So yes.
Okay, because I think it's important that we make it absolutely clear that we want to not only influence the outcome, if you like, the report. We want to get involved to make sure that we influence it before that final report is made by the review. So I think we've suggested that when we get sight of that draft, we'll be able to have a debate, a discussion about what our issues are with that draft going forward. Clearly, the community colleges and others have got an interest. We've got an interest too, and the LEP's got an interest about what's in there. As soon as we get sight of that, the better. So if we can, make sure that we've got that, and meet with Ian fairly quickly to discuss that. I think that's important that we do that moving forward.
Yeah, we can sort that out and get that in train.
Okay. Any comments from anybody before we agree the recommendations? Any comments? I see.
Chair, just to reiterate what you just said, I think the involvement at the very offset of this is key to success. I think on such a big agenda, which this one is, I think we've got a great opportunity to get involved at a very early stage from business involvement. I think it's far too late to do it once it was done and dusted. I think we need to get ready from an early stage. I think getting the involvement from the business sector is key to success of this one. So just to reiterate exactly what you said.
Okay, well, I mean that's important. Once we get that proposed draft or whatever, I think we need to get that fairly early, and we'll make that available. Obviously, the LEP will get cited as well as the CA. Yeah. Okay, with those comments, then, can we agree the recommendations as set out within the report? Then, please. Okay. Now we move on then to item 5, which is the LCR Department for Transport Access Fund bid submission. I don't know whether there's any comments to make. It's pretty straightforward, the report. It's on 21 to 30 of your agenda. I think it's just basically for note. Frank, I think it's pretty clear. Is there any comments you want to make?
Thanks. Just to note the deadline of the 9th of September, the need for approval today of that submission, but we're still working on the final detail of that. So asking for the delegated authority to submit the bid on behalf of the CA.
Yeah, and the report makes that clear. So if we agree those recommendations, it means that that bid will be submitted, meet the deadline. So can we agree that report, please?
Agreed.
Okay. Okay, next item is item 6, which is the Combined Authority Governance Review Scheme, and it's a consultation on the governance review. David, do you want to, over that side, do you want to take us through that, please?
So I think the report is fairly self-explanatory. It's a detailed report which reports the consultation that's taken place across the Liverpool City region on the proposals that were set out in the devolution deal, which the Combined Authority and the constituent local authorities agreed in November of last year. What this process is to do is to ensure that the public understand what that is all about and seek their views. You can see those represented in the detailed information at the back of the report, and the recommendations are to progress with the matter to the Secretary of State. The Secretary of State will then have due regard to those representations before determining whether it's appropriate to make an order to establish the processes to deliver the Combined Authority mayoral model from May onwards.
Okay, and so it is pretty clear that the report, so it's a technical report, but it's one that we have to support. Can I just, at this juncture, say thank you to yourself, but also to Jeanette McLaughlin, to the officers leading on this, because it's been a hard slog and took up a lot of valuable time of people. So on behalf of the Combined Authority members, I think who everybody that's been engaged in that process. Okay, with that said, the recommendations are set out on page 31. Can we agree those, please? Okay, item 7 is the devolution of powers and resources to the city region. It's a progress on the executive capacity. It's on 115 to 178 on your report. It's linked to the government's review of the combined authority, and it identifies the needs to have the capacity in place to deliver on our commitments, and it sets out the next steps. Jed, any comments that you want to make on this?
Chair, really, we're looking for you to make two decisions. Really, one is a technical procedural thing, but nonetheless significant, which is to vary the constitution of the CA to allow it to take forward processes associated with recruitment and employment of individuals as part of the wider capacity piece. And the second point is the specifics in order to do that. I'm recommending the establishment of an appointments and disciplinary panel. I'm looking to you for nominations about composition of that, which is recommendation.
Okay, Chair, as Chair, can I make a recommendation in terms of on that particular panel? Because we've got everybody, we have everybody involved in that particular panel rather than one or two members. So because we might have people not available or whatever, and so that membership is available to the whole board and equally to ASICA as well in terms of representing the left, although it will be in the capacity, as it is in terms of observer, but nevertheless it would be important that we're there. So we agree that that means that everybody can play a role in that process, yeah? Okay, so can we agree that, please? Agreed. Okay. And then if we move on to item 8, which is the Combined Budgets Authority Monitoring Statement for April. And our final report today is the quarterly budget monitoring statement, and it's just an update really. So can we agree that, please? It's pretty clear, the report, it clearly states the process up to date. Can we agree that report, please? Okay, moving on is item 9 is the Mersey Travel Committee minutes, and as you know we endorse those minutes as a record of accuracy. So are these minutes confirmed and on pages 183 to 194? Can we agree them, please? Okay, and then item 10 is the minutes of the Liverpool City Region Combined Authority Orders Committee held on the 5th of April. So are these confirmed, please? Okay. And then it's the internal audit report, which is item 11. And the audit committee asked that we note this annual report by the head of internal audit. Can we just in fact note that report, please? Okay. So I've not been notified of any other items of urgency for the meeting, so can I close the meeting and tell you that the next date of the Combined Authority meeting is on the 16th of September. So I therefore declare the meeting closed. Thank you.